Good morning everyone, and welcome back to Craft Eccentricity, and it is Friday. Yes, it's Friday and it's the final part of my GLOBELAND haul and what we are going to share, or what I am going to share. Why I'm speaking in the third person, I don't know. It's probably because I'm surrounded by dogs. Right. This is the set we're using today, and I'm using the lemon stamp, which is absolutely gorgeous. It looks like lemon there, but I promise you it's lemon. It's the way the light is looking at it. And I have already stamped that onto my favourite Walmart watercolour cardstock. Right. So the set that we are using is this set. Now it is all cut apart. These are all of the extra pieces that you get that I shared in the first haul video. So you've got your larger heart, you've got your smaller heart, you've got a bigger circle. Same with your squares there. You actually get 3 squares. You get a butterfly, you get a sentiment piece, a larger one, or whatever it is that you want to use it for. And you also get a notebook edge, and you also get 3 styles. If I drag that one out there, 3 styles of reinforcer. So you get the plain, the squiggly, and you also get the square. This is, I have to say, an absolutely amazing set. I mean, for $6, I mean, seriously, you know. And if I drag that one out of there, you can see there's another one. There's a slightly skinnier one. So just fabulous. But today I'm only using the pages. Yes, I am. So this one, I've cut them all out so that you can see. But this one here, you can see, you can use that as a slimline. Isn't that great? So absolutely multi-use. What a great set of dies. And I'm just going to move them over to the side there. Right, now, here's 2 that I cut out because I wanted to share with you. So you've got that one that you can absolutely use on its own. And then if you want to, you can layer it with the piece that comes and layers. So you can do that. And of course you can flip it over so that you can layer on both sides. So you can do that as well. So those are the first sections. So that's a page and a layering piece. And then this one is another page. So that's that one that comes in the set. And this is my lemon that I've stamped out on my Walmart watercolour cardstock. And that is going to layer onto there. But if you want to, you can also layer it onto there. Do you know what I mean? It's just a great set. And of course, as I just said, it's a standalone slimline. So move these bits out of the way because we're going to concentrate on the stamp. And I'm going to bring in my scruffy mat. And hopefully it's not covered in too many bits and pieces and fluff like it usually is. I'll flip it over there. And I'm going to put this on here. I've got my stamp block that I like to use. And I'm just going to move those onto there. And I'm using my Tombow watercolour markers, which are these things. I keep them in a huge pot with my silicone brushes. These are great for stenciling if you want to squidge your glitter glue and stuff like that through. But just a regular black plastic pot there from Dollar Tree. So I'm just going to stick it up here at the end of my table. And I'm going to try and choose a few colours that I think I'm going to like. And I'm going to go with that one, which is a turquoisey blue. And I'm going to go for a couple of yellows. I'm trying to think if I want to be acid yellow or a milder yellow. Decisions. I think I'll go for those 2. And these are 993 and 991 and 993, and this one is 379. And I think I'm also going to throw some 451 in there. So I'm going for 2 shades of blue, 2 shades of yellow, and when it comes to the green, I think I'm just going to stick with 158. So those are the colours that I'm going to use. I've got a watercolour brush, and I've also got a piece of kitchen paper because sometimes I just need to get my mess up. So I'll put my little squibbly block there. And I'll just pause while I go and get a drink of water because the pollen is still really bad here. Right, sorry about that. So first up, I'm getting my Walmart squirty bottle and I'm just going to put a squidge of water onto my stamp block. And I've got this paintbrush here. I think this is from Dollar Tree. And I just want to soak my paper first. Now, the ink that I've used today is, this one. Ranger Archival. That's the one that I'm using. So I just want to get just a little bit of moisture in there so that it helps your colour to travel. And as I'm always saying, watercolour, you can't really control it, so don't bother. That's what I'm saying. Right, I'm going to start with my lightest one. So I'm just scribbling that out onto my block. And usually when I'm doing stuff like this, it's quite difficult to see it first of all. But eventually, you know, it does kind of show itself. So I just want to be really pale and squiggly. And we're doing like in between elements. And then I'm going to go with my darker blue. Oh, you can see that, can't you? Yes, you can. And I'm going to go in around the edges. Just do it like you're kind of blending, you know, with your ink tool, but you're not. You're just doing it with your brush. I do think turquoisey blues and yellows just look great together. In fact, one of my favourite sets, I think, is called Lemon Twist by Simple Stories. And it uses turquoises and lemons. And it's just a really pretty set. I'm waiting for them to do the digital download because I haven't seen the paper pack in stores in a while. Right, so I've got my darker blue outline there. But I still want to put some paler blue back in. So I think what I'll do is I'll just use up what's on that block, add a bit more dark. I'm going to water it down, squidge there, and I'm going to go back in with that water brush. So here we are. I'm being brave. I'm using a very big brush now, but it's going to cover a larger area. It's going to do it much more quickly. I want to come up here, but I'm trying to stay out of my leaves. Just want it all blotchy and nice. So I've got little bits of like what would be the sky showing through those leaves. So I'm just touching those. And then in between that lemony bit. Right, I'm just going to let that dry a second and I will be right back. Right, so that's dried a bit and I flattened it out, and the next thing I'm going to do is my leaves. So I want to get that little bit of green in there. I'm not actually squirting my water brush out for this one because I want it to be a little bit darker, and I'm trying to see where the flowers are. And of course lemon flowers are white. I know that because I grow them. So I know my lemon flowers are white, so I'm just looking around here for where the leaves are, because I can leave the other bits. And then of course we're connecting here onto a main stem. I can see that there is a leaf behind there. I've got more leaves here. I'm hoping to get lots and lots of lemons this year, actually. Everything is covered in flowers. I might even have to build some kind of structure to hold the orange tree up, because the branches are just absolutely laden with oranges. I think we've just had some great weather for it. You know, it's been a bit weird, but it's kind of sorted itself out in the end. So I've got those there, but now I want to add a little bit darker. Now, one of the nice things about Tombow is when you go over a colour, it will darken it to an extent, so that you can get some depth in where you want it. So just think about where your shadows are, and those are usually where they pop those dark lines just to help you. So you can just go in there and just, you know, dot them, and that's all you need to do. Right, now I will be using, I think, my white paint pen on the white flowers just to make them even whiter from the background. So I'm just going to let those leaves dry for a second and come back and do the lemons. Okay, so I'm going to go in with the paler one, which is the 991 first. So I'm just getting plenty of that down. And this is a lovely kind of banana-y yellow. So I just want to do my whole lemon with this colour. Trying my best to stay within the lines, but that doesn't bother me. And I hope everyone's going to have a great weekend. I'm really excited about my weekend. Yeah, I know, I get up to all sorts of stuff that I shouldn't. But I've discovered a way to... I've got chain link fencing, and I've discovered a way to make it higher that I think is kind of like cheaper and quicker. Yeah, we've all heard of those schemes, haven't we? Cheaper and quicker, and terrible things usually happen. But no, I think I have thought of a way to do it, because I want to grow passion fruit. I want to grow this big wall of passion fruit all along the side of my fruit orchard area. So that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be on a pair of ladders with post hole diggers and all sorts of stuff. So it's going to be fun. I know it is. But I think running the wires, that's going to be the funnest part, because I've never done that before. And I'm going to use steel wire, and they can really take some tension, and you certainly do not want it twanging back at you. Yeah, you certainly don't. Right, now I'm going to go with the darker one, which is 993. And for that, I'm just going to go around the edges just to give my lemon a bit of shadow. So I'm not really wetting that up either. And it is a lot darker to the colour that I've already gone in with. And once again, just follow your stamp and use those shade areas to put your colour down. And of course, anything that's pointing away from what you consider to be your direction of light, that's where you need to put your darkest colour. So I hope everyone is, as I say, is going to have a great weekend. We've been having some weird weather. I know. And sometimes, I've got to admit, I go a bit quiet when I'm crafting, because I find it really difficult to do what I'm doing and hold a conversation. I'm not very verbally ambidextrous. I think that's the word I'm looking for. So we're going a lot darker on that bit there. So that we've got some light and we've got some dark, but it's just absolutely following all the shade on those stamps. And you can just let it dry and just go in and just keep putting more and more colour on it if you want it to. But I'm going to leave it like that. I'm going to let it dry, and then we'll come back and use the white paint pen, which is my lovely one. There it is, extra fine tip, and I have given it a shake, so I hope it works. But I'll be back in a minute. Right, so that is dry, but before I use my paint pen, I just want to put some grey down. Don't ask me why, I just feel like it. So I'm just putting a little bit of grey down, and I will pick it up and share it with you. I'm sure that, you know, it won't make that much difference, but I quite like the idea of doing it. And I'll put some under there as well. So all I'm doing is just tracking the pen without any water, because you can use these as markers, and just putting it down underneath. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. So I'm just having that little bit of grey because I quite like it. So now I'm going to do my flowers. I'm using this. I'm just going to give it another shake, and then I'm just going to test it on my mat. Yeah, I do love these pens. I know that quite a few people who watch my video have ordered these on my Amazon link, and I'm very, very grateful to you. I mean, Amazon don't give you a lot, I can tell you now, probably 2 cents for every sale, but I'm still very grateful, and they are wonderful pens, so I hope you're enjoying them. So you can see I've used that. That's kind of like bringing those flowers to the fore, and you will find that paint will cover your ink, but I just don't worry about that. I just have fun using them. And then just scratch those bits in there wherever you want them, just to add a little bit more detail. Sometimes I've noticed on some of my yellow flowers, they do have very prominent yellow stamens, but I don't have a very fine yellow paint pen, otherwise I'd use it. But we can go in there like that, and you can even, for the lighter areas, just dot up and down onto an area that would be hit with a little bit of light, and just put a few yellow dots in there. Just add your bits and bobs as you go along and have fun. Yeah, so I'm going to hold that up and share that. Hopefully it's not all blurred. You can see I've just done some little drips where I wanted them. Now, to be honest, it would look nice if I could put some yellow stamens. I'm just going to stretch across my desk. I'm going to go for this more acid yellow, which is a 055, and just see what that does. I'm just pushing up and down in the middle. And I think that that is probably a little bit better. I think I've gone blurred, haven't I? So all I did was put a little bit of marker back into those little stamens. But you can have so much fun. I'm just going to get my blending tool. So I was sorting out my stuff the other day, and I came across these foams. Do you remember these? The flat ones. I usually use the dome ones, but I've decided as I found this, I would use it. So I'm using some Distress Oxide in Black Soot, and I just want to do the edges. It's going to be interesting to see how this feels like, because I've been using the dome foam since they came out, because I really like them. Oh, it's alright. Brings back memories. Yeah. So I've done all around my edge. And now I think I'm going to glue this one down onto the yellow, you know, just to finish up. And hopefully my my glue bottle, I haven't used it for a couple of days. It usually, ooh, it's working. Yeah, I'll say nice things about it now. So I'm just going to move that out of the way because I need to wash it. And I don't know whether I want to stick it down on my yellow piece or on my blue piece. What do you reckon? Should I go my yellow or am I going my blue? No, I think I'll stick with my yellow because then I can put another decoration onto my blue, my cherries or something, because I've still got more stamps that I'm going to use to finish them up. And of course, GLOBELAND allow you to order what you want from their site as part of their, I don't know what you call it, not necessarily a design team, but it means that doing it that way they can go into your forever box. So I'm going to go up to the edge of that embossing and leave a really big white edge, because I want to be able to see some of that yellow. And then of course you can see that's all wavy and wibbly wonky, but don't worry about that because that's what always happens when you use watercolour cardstock when you're crafting. But I am going to put a little bit of glue down on this because of its wibble wobbles, and I may even have to hold it in place. So let's have a look at where I am with this. I do want to see a little bit of yellow, but I kind of want it straight. Right, I'm going to hold that down and I'll be right back. Right, so that all glued down nicely, and hopefully you get a close-up now. So I left it so I've got a little bit of lemon on this right edge as well. But there's also space for putting tabs. Isn't that great? Oh, I love that. Ooh, it makes me feel all sunny and happy. And of course the other page, just great. Absolutely love it. Right, I thank you so much for joining me today. I do apologise if my camera's just gone blurred again. I'm going to drop it down and see what happens. Put that in there, put my hand in. There we go. We have clarity. So once again, I hope you have an absolutely awesome weekend. Do wish me luck on my fence. It's going to be fun. I just know it is, because we've got strong winds blowing as well. But do have an awesome weekend, and I'll be back again on Monday. As usual, all links below. Bye.